go live. I think we're there. Let's see. Did we do it successfully? Yay! We are getting gooder and gooder. Take this, put this over here. We are getting, sweetheart, give me a cup of water, please. We are getting gooder and gooder. We got one live. Oh, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. We gotta finish prepping a little bit. Yeah, blend. Now I'm gonna actually, for those that are newbies like me, right? I'm a newbie when it comes to makeup. So I always been natural for like years. Hi everybody, this is Focus from the Focus of Love. And I took some makeup classes because I was a tomboy, guys. I'm an athlete. So I didn't wear much makeup. I wasn't a girly girl. I snatched my hair in a ponytail, and when I changed the color of the scrunchie, I was fierce. That was it. I had two older brothers. We had a contest going on directly and indirectly of who would have the most trophies as athletes. I won. They like to tease me that it's because I was the youngest, right? Because I had an older brother, Brenda, in the house. How are you? Thanks for joining us. I know you're always busy. So happy to have you. Oh, thank you. So I was the youngest. I had an eldest brother who played football, basketball, boxed, and one other thing. And then I had a middle brother. He had a middle brother, and he swam and did track and played basketball. And I did softball, volleyball, and basketball and track. So my oldest won about 40 some trophies. The middle in between us 50, and I did 60 some. Oh, so I'm competitive, but also just love to work out. Nowadays, not so much, but I like to be athletically working out. So stay tuned. I have a game that we're going to play. I did a post on one of the pages I'm on, and I said, listen, all of us singles, why don't we just meet in the park and play one, two, three red light, and that's how we choose, right? And over 300 people replied, and they were like, let's do it. So we put that event together to now. I have a meeting Tuesday with three other people to partner, find a park, and we're going to do it in a couple of different states. So that's going to be awesome. You don't want to miss that, okay? This is the perfect time to like, subscribe, because you're going to like this video. No question about it. You see the title, and let me go ahead and tell you how you want to elevate your mind. Either way, this is called What is the Focus of Love? This is my first book. I wrote it in 90 days. I wrote it in 90 days, leaving the Les Brown Inspire to Speak boot camp with James Dentley, right? So I got two people from that event who heard what I heard and was just as much as on fire as I was and had already written books. Both of them had already written books, and I partnered with them and they got me through that 90 days. So this is like 10 coachings in one. This is like 10 coaches in one. This is where I saw repetitively clients were coming to me for the very same thing. And so I said, let me put this in the book. And the first one, the first chapter is to be right or to be happy. That is the question. Now, I also kind of tipped it to being you could be right or you could be happy, but not both. Boy, that always starts a controversial conversation. Why can't I be right and happy, right? That's for another day. But it is right on Amazon. I'm going to grab it for you, put the link in here and pin it so that you can pick up that book. That way you can be on with you. Also, I'm going to, for those that have, if you cash at me, I'll send it to you via book. And then that way you also get a 30-minute coaching with me. It's a great way to do an introduction to see if we match for my services. Y'all know I love love. This is Focus from the Focus of Love. I love love. So I really enjoy helping people heal the hurt so they won't repeat the pain. That's the first thing. Because if you keep going in different relationships and you don't clean up and heal the hurt, you're going to find yourself you'll continue to pick the same person over and over. So you might lose weight, dye your hair red, and move to California. But boom, his name is Reggie, but it's the same trauma. You'll end up picking the same person. So it's so key to heal that hurt first. And in that way, you can get the love you want and actually have the life you love. So welcome. Like and share. Invite your bestie, that person that keeps blowing up your phone, asking for relationship, coaching or advice, but they never take it, right? That's called, when you're the familiarity syndrome. That means you're so close, they can't even hear you. So I might say the same thing, but they'll be able to hear and receive what I'm saying because I'm a third party and they'll go, oh, that's so profound. And you're sitting there like, what? I told you that last week, right? So that's the awesomeness of my YouTube channel. Friends, family, send them. As you see a subject, you can come on my channel, search that specific subject, and go, oh, I'm going to send this to my cousin, sister-in-law, brother, best friend, co-worker, right? Great conversational starters for first-time dates and people that are just getting to know each other, right? HPP, my water, please. Thank you. And welcome everybody. Tiffany in the house. Hi, how are you? All right, guys, let's get started. You see the title here. The title, y'all see the title. I don't see the title. So let me see if I can find the title here. It says, well, I know. I put the post up on me just get my hair done. And someone's like, Focus, why are you still single? Now, ladies, gentlemen, I know you always get that. For those that are in the single realm, we get that question all the time. Make space for me right here so I can reach and grab it. Oh, you gave me your special cup. I'm special. Thank you. And we always get that question. Why are you still single? That was my daughter, guys. Y'all meet her. She's on here for the first time a couple of weeks ago. But she wasn't feeling too well. We're going to bring her back when she got some energy. We home tomorrow, so I think we're going to pre-record. Why are you still single? Now, most of us get that. And thanks for the likes, guys. Please like and subscribe and share. For everybody to come on here, it should be at least 2 or 3 shares, right? You know somebody you're already thinking about. And depending on the tone of voice when they ask that question, it can be irritating. It can be like, why are you still single? You beautiful, you this, that, there, but how come you still single? So like they're suspicious. And I'm like, well, it's the same reason why you single. And they go, what do you mean? How you know how I'm single? I don't. I just know that you chose to be single, right? Because I'm pretty sure you had other choices, but they didn't match. So you were like, well, I'm not going to pick a relationship just to be in a relationship. Yeah. And they go, yeah, you're right. Yeah, because I'm not sitting here trying to prove to you that I'm not damaged, because that's really what you're asking. You're really asking, is something wrong with me? And that's not why I'm not in a relationship. Boy, that gets me nice and cozy and vulnerable. So don't do that. Fellas, don't ask a female that way. You ask her, what are you looking for? That's so much more inviting. And you can hear if there is flaws, if she is damaged, if she is over the top with her preferences and her her standards, which that's a whole nother video. Preference and standards are 2 different things. We'll have to drop a video about that. But if she's over the top, you'll hear it in that question versus having an undertone of judgment. Why are you still single? Right? Doesn't come across too well. Imagine you being asked that. It sounds judgmental, like something's wrong with you or you're broken. So we want to stay away from that. We do not want to come across like we're broken, right? Or that we suspect someone else is broken. So that's a bad look. You don't want to do that. I'm just grabbing my link for the book. So you purchase it directly from there. But you really want to go ahead and message me and go, hey, Focus, I would like a copy, and I'll send you that via email. And then you also get to sit down, with me as well. So I'm just jumping on Amazon. I'm going to drop that link on there for you to have that option. And then you can message me as well. So why am I personally still single? So now, I just wanted to give you a little tidbit of how to respond to that, because I'm not responding to that. I'm not trying to defend myself. I'm not going round and round and trying to tell a person why I'm still single, because one, that puts you in a negative space. It puts you in a space where you got to defend yourself, and you really don't want to be part of the problem, gentlemen, when you're asking a female that and wondering why she's getting masculine or defensive or off-putting. Well, depending on if you're not smooth and you don't know the art of seduction, gentlemen, you can put the best of women in a yuck space. And you go, wow, she seemed like she was this, but now she's that. Well, you got to ask yourself, what is your questions? What is your inquiry? What is your space that you're putting her in that might cause her to start moving in a space that is not so attractive? Now, I know you're like, well, Focus, if they feminine, they're going to stay feminine. Yeah, no, one and the same. No question about it. A feminine woman will still know how to move, but why even challenge and push that back? So you want to look at your verbiage. Where's your verbiage coming from? Is it accusatory? Is it in a way that'll put a woman in defense? Is it combative? Talking to you fellas for a second. I'm going to get to the ladies. The equal opportunity YouTube channel, right? So I'm definitely talking to the gentleman right now. So asking a woman that kind of question will absolutely be off-putting. So you want to stay away from that. Ladies, I advise the same thing. No, why are you still single? Well, how many kids you got? Worse, I've heard from the male clients when a woman say how many baby mamas you had. And it's supposed to be a joke, but it's not. It's derogatory, right? It speaks to him being loose, a dog, not, taking care of his business when it's time to be intimate. It's really insulting. And you'll put him on his defense. And although he's masculine and supposed to live there, he don't need to be in a defense in a way that he's trying to protect his honor and who he is. So it's important that when you say the question that you're asking, that you too don't be put off putting. All right. So here we go. Here's the link for the Amazon. You're welcome to purchase it from Amazon, or you could email me and I will send you the e-link and you get 30 minutes to sit there with me as well. I'm going to give you my email directly, the focus of love at gmail.com. And there you go. You can email me, hey, focus, I want it. Here's my Cash App. And you put a $10 Cash App in there. I'll send you that link and you get to read my story, take it home with you. It's about 10 coaches all in one. And you also get 30 minutes with me. That's a steal. For $10, you get to sit down with me, nowhere near my price. But when I do, I want to connect with you. I want to tell you thank you for getting on my YouTube channel and spending this time with me, and then see if we can build a coaching relationship. So why am I personally still single? Well, it is absolutely a choice. It's not a week go by, maybe bi-weekly. I'll have a gentleman in my DMs. Not a flex, it's just the arena I'm in. I'm a digital content creator. I'm a life coach. My niche is in relationships. I wrote several books, 2 bestsellers. Shout out to Brenda, one of the authors that's also in the book that I'm a bestseller in, which is the Daddy-Daughter Dynamic. Also, the other book that I have that's a bestseller is Harness the Power Within. This is also a bestseller. And then my first book, What is the Focus of Love? And I've been in like 37 states, right, guys? I've been blessed to travel for leadership, growing myself, healing myself, speaking engagements. So it's not a thing not get a DM when you are exposed to that amount of public, right? So it's not a flex, it's just a what's up. Plus, we're in that era where more people are working from home, running businesses. So it can definitely happen, right? If you're saying, well, focus, I don't get anybody DM. I can help you with that, right? You could definitely message me at that email and go, focus, I would like some more of that kind of attention. And how can I get more notice? I can definitely help you with that as a relationship coach. But inside of getting that level of attention and people thinking they know you because they're looking at your YouTube channel, they're looking at your Facebook and Instagram, and they're seeing videos, people can get enamored. They can literally think that they're in love with you, which is they could have be in love with the image of you to a certain degree, right? But until they actually spend time with you and get to know you, can they? Let me sidebar. So shout out to AB that he is a therapist and a fellow coach in this arena of relationship. And he posts on his Facebook page, hey man, I keep hearing fellas say, I knew she was my wife the first time I saw her. And then he put in quotes, how? So I saw some traction on his page for that answer. And then I was like, aha, I know where to post that post to really get a lot of juicy information and stories and people sharing amen and yes, and this is how. So I repost that. I changed the words a little bit, posted, over 300 people liked it, and several hundred people began to tell their story. Men saying, as soon as I saw her walk into the building, I knew that was my wife. Men are saying when they saw her across the room, they turned to the loved one, the person they were with, their mom, their sister, was like, that's my wife. And normally their family member like, you crazy. You don't even know her, right? They're like, what are you talking about? But it's the what's up. It actually happens. They realize it's something spiritual, if you will, or something kind of, some kind of connection, universal connection. They know. Many women and men experience that, spontaneous connection, their voice, the way they move. Many will say the world stops. Like I only saw that person. Everything moved in slow motion. They start putting pieces together. They maybe lived in the same hometown across town and never saw each other. Now they're in college, right? It's amazing how the universe works. So is there love at first sight? Absolutely. Now, many fellas have slid in my DMs. It was like, you the one, you my wife, you my girl. I want to date you. I want to be with you. But most haven't had the follow through. That's how you also know likely not love, more so it is lust. So you ask, well, focus, why are you still single? Because the follow through would be there if this person really had a deep connection with me in the way they said. You don't make that message and then 3 days, 3, 4 days go by. You're going to say something else. You're going to perpetuate. You're going to give next steps, if you will. You don't want this person to get by you because most men already know if they're reaching out to me, other men have. And I'm sure you've experienced it, those that have been experiencing someone sliding in them DMs, right? So what do you do? What is a gal to do? Well, first, when it comes to being single and making a choice, you really want to get at peace with yourself that it is you're not sick, you're not broken because you're single. You're single. It could be many reasons, but what you want to know is that it's by choice because only God knows how many times I could have been married by now if I would have played my cards right or went along with every gentleman that comes in my DMs or I meet in my engagements. They go, "Whoa, you the one? I gotta snatch you up, really? Oh, okay, yeah. How should we do that?" So even simple questions like that. It be gentlemen from a long distance, different states, and they go, "I want to date you. I want to take you out." Okay, how should we do that? What would be the way we could date long distance? I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. So they come, no plan, no ideas, no readily available brainstorming. These are clues. And specifically, if you're already a leader as a woman, you need a leader as a man coming in your space, right? So you can definitely guide them if you would like. If you're also feeling that person, you could definitely do that and say something like, well, we can explore how often, if you could see me, how often would you like to see me? He might go every day. Oh, I get that. But we know between the buses, planes, and trains, that's likely not going to happen. What else would be more reasonable? Right? So you don't want to give him the answer when it comes to being single and someone is trying to date you. You can prompt them and allow the gentleman, ladies, to actually have his own aha moment and come with his own plan. Because if you start feeding him in the dating stages, sweetheart, you're going to have to guide him through every stage of that relationship and probably guide him to asking to engage in marriage. That is not leadership. Now, there's such a thing. Here's the bonus that we talked about. Here's the bonus that we talked about, and it's called soft skills or soft power. Let me put this in here. Let me put this in here for you guys. Soft skills or soft power. And what are that? What is that? Soft skills or soft power? Take a guess. Tell me what you think it might be. Soft skills or soft power? What is that? Now, a lot of people might know about it because they're in the corporate America. Corporate America, this is called coaching up. It's called coaching up. That simply means you have a person of authority. You need to tell them something that's not working or give them some heads up of what they should be doing differently or better from maybe the team observing or you observing, but technically they're your boss. So you can't really tell them what to do, right? You have to present it in a way that it even be received because they can get defensive, feel like you're trying to take over their job, you're doing too much, debunking their leadership, right? So most people, when they think of soft skills or power skills or soft power skills, that may be what comes to mind. Now that translates to us ladies when we say soft skills, being able to tell your man or your potential man or potential lover something you need to say that causes them to take an action. So you're not just telling them off, or I just had to get it off my chest. Girl, I had to say what I had to say. That's not soft, ladies. That's not soft skills. You can say anything you want, just about anything you want, but it will be in the tone. It will be the spirit is coming from your inner being, your softness, your gentleness. Now, here's one I want to give you. We still talking about focus. Why are you single and why are many people single? Because this is where it happens. Because ladies, if you're too harsh to a gentleman from the beginning, he already ready to walk away. He done. He like, I'm good. He already like, I'm good. She gonna be too much to handle if in the beginning, where it should be the easiest and the part that flows the most, she's already giving me pushback and attitude and her disposition is off. I'm done. So from the door. So write this down. Write this down. It's so okay to ask the gentleman and go, hey, listen, I would like to tell you something. I would like to tell you something, but I'm not sure how to say it. I don't want to offend you, but I want to say something and I want you to be able to hear me. So here's what I like to do. I like to say it out loud to you, but I need your partnership. I need you to listen for how I could have said it differently or better so that you can really hear what I had to say and receive it. Can you help me do that? So you're enrolling him as a partner, as a listening partner, as a communication partner. You're teaching him how to treat you because you too want that reciprocated, that he would slow down, think how would be the best way that she would receive some feedback, criticism, some changes of agenda, right? And also, you're asking him to teach you how to treat him, which is amazing. Many women are not coachable. Men are not coachable these days. So it's paramount to start at the beginning for some juicy relationship of how we going to dance this dance, how we going to treat one another. So write that down for yourself. Hey, honey, I want to run something about you. I'm not too sure. I'm still learning you, but I want to say it. I want to kind of get it out, right? But then could you share with me how to say it so you could hear it better? So you could receive it. So you can hear this feedback and constructive criticism, right? I'm giving you different ways of I'm putting that spin on it, right? So you definitely, that's a soft skill. That's coaching up. That's the ability to be able to deliver a message in a way that it's received. This is a whole lot of people saying their opinion. It's a whole lot of people dropping a post, dropping a comment on social media, and it's just heartless. It's harsh. No one's receiving it. It's just causing an argument and upset. So you didn't make a change. You didn't make a difference. You didn't make a bond and connection with the people. You actually repelled them. You said what you said, but it fell on deaf ears. And most likely, any rendition of that, now they are turning away from even hearing any of that. So you actually did that person a disservice of them actually getting their breakthrough, healing, growing, realizing an aha moment. So you don't want to be sloppy, ladies and gentlemen, in your communication. It's paramount that you use the words and your thought and your deed. Like, how would I want somebody to come to me? Well, some people are like, listen, you can say what you say to me. I ain't gonna get my feelings hurt. That's you, though. What you want to do is read the room, check out the audience. And then also you want to be careful when you say, well, focus, I choose to be single. I get it. And a lot of people do, but there's more that's not really choosing. It's just happenstance because of the way you conduct yourself. The people around you don't see you as an option. So I was on a social media page and a question was asked, and a gentleman just was really, I was like, sir, you know this is mixed company, and it's a single Facebook page. So every woman that is reading your post is contemplating, are you even someone they should have on their list as of a potential, mate, lover, somebody they date? And the way you're responding to this one woman lets all the women know, yuck, he arguing on social media, he arguing, right? He arguing, he coming at her, he being insulting. If he's doing that out in public on social media, what will he do to me when the door is closed? When we're arguing, we know he gonna fight dirty. He gonna say all your business, those stuff in your face. So ladies, gents, you want to be careful when you on these social media streets because first of all, it's imprinted. And now people taking screenshots. You can look back at the edit. You think you edited and cleaned it up, but you can look back at the edit now, right? Because this is the kind of system and society that we're in. So are you single by choice or are you single by happenstance? Because the energy you put out, the healthy men and women are like, I'm good. That's a real question that you would have to ask yourself. So here's the homework. I'm still talking about why I'm single. And I'm still talking about why you can choose to be single and why it happens there. And I'm going to swing around and finish up a little bit. Only going to be a couple more minutes on here with you guys. And welcome. Let me know you're here, guys. Anybody say hello. Let me know that you're here. I'd like to hear your voice, hear your thoughts. So all those that are coming back on the replay, hit hashtag replay and make your comment. Let me know, what are your thoughts about the choice of being single and the happenstance of being single? I definitely want to hear that. Yes, I'm listening. Thank you, Brenda. Hugs and kisses to my girl, Brenda, fellow co-author of a best-selling book, Daddy-Daughter Dynamic. So it's important to know you get to choose your image when you're on social media as well as when you live. It's important to know that those ways of being affect if you're going to be single by choice or happenstance. Now, I'm choosing simply because There, it's not that I'm not dating, having conversations and talking on the phone and being open, and my DMs is open and being on single sites. Is, are these folks a match? Do we align? Will, because this is why I said I'm not giving up my single freedom for relationship bondage. Because will I be more stressed dealing with the person that can't communicate well, don't have follow through, not sure how much we're going to see each other, don't have a plan? Definitely not. That's bondage to me because now I got to carry them and the relationship, constantly feeding them what to do next. That's tiring. I'd rather enjoy my single freedom and still go out on dates, have male companionship without the commitment until it's the person that shows up that he's committable, right? That he has the leadership where it's like, okay, let's go. You know what I mean? This is somebody I'm equally yoked. Now, let me break that down for a minute. I saw this on social media the other day too, and I loved the way the person brought it down about being equally yoked. So, this applies no matter what your religion is, because equally yoked means just that there's two circles that are connected together, and to have animals travel and control them, they would have two heads of the animals, of course, their body in the back, connected to this contraction, and they would walk. Now, depending on the animal, if you got one that's fast and tracking and one that's slower, they're not equally yoked because the first of all, the contraction that's connecting them will bend. It could possibly break, and one's leading the way and one is lagging, so it can break and cause the whole, travel team to break up. Whatever's on their back can fall off, right? It's just a whole breakdown in how to travel if the animals weren't equally yoked in their pace. They both hydrated properly. They're the both type of animals that get along, right? Very practical. Same thing. So you don't have to be spiritual to get that you need to be equally yoked. You need to know that, is this person compatible that I can raise children with, manage my finances? Are we going to church or mosque or synagogue or the temple, right? You want to have very core beliefs that are similar. So if you have, if as a single person and your core belief is that all things work together for the good and in the love of the Lord, or everything there's a lesson to learn from, or there's brighter days, there's a silver lining. If that's your core belief, you can't get with a negative Nate. You can't get with a gentleman or Natalie who is like something always happening. Life is always life, and I just need a break. Can I get a break? Why does everything happen to me? That is unequally yoked. You will be soon wore out by their philosophy, and one of you going to grow and one of you going to deflate. And most likely you're both will deflate because that negativity can really bring you down. So you don't couple up with that kind of person. That's also one of the reasons why I'm single. If a gentleman starts off and he's kicking the whole conversation, who done pissed in the water pool? Oh, it's hard out here. I bet you got hard times too. Hey, 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 don't bring all of that to me. And sometimes they're just starting it off as a conversation piece, just kicking it off. But if we're still going on and on in several conversations, everything starts and ends with something negative, I know they're not my vibe. I'm not going to be able to thrive with them. I'm not going to be able to enjoy their leadership. Most likely they don't have any because they like it's dooms and woe is me. So why am I single? It is definitely by choice because I'm very much conscious about what it is that I need and I actually want. And as much as sometimes I would love to let other people in that have some of those traits, but not others, I got an amazing village that helps check me. Brenda, shout out to Brenda, shout out to Frida, shout out to Corey Jones. I have several people in my life that will go, okay, focus, he got this, that, and the other, but not this. And that's really paramount to you. And I'll sit back and go, you were right. See, coaches need coaches. As much as I am a life coach and my niche is in relationships and business and merging families together and all that juicy stuff around love, coaches still need coaches, right? Love the village, right, Brenda? We all still need someone to see the blind spot that now we're taking down our standard. And standard is something like a core belief, right? Because a man can't necessarily change his height. And I made that face now because you can actually have a surgery now. And I saw a gentleman who had a surgery. It was like $80,000 to put these rods in his legs. And it gave him like 4 or 5 inches. Ouch, scary. I don't even want to contemplate that, what kind of side effects are going to be happening because it's such a new surgery. Would not want my gentleman to do that because I would be afraid of him having something foreign in his body and how his body may later react. That is a whole sidebar. But the reality is, most men will not be able to change their height. Most women won't be able to change their height. So if we're fretting about the things that God made this person, you want to look at their core character and integrity. Who is this person, right? Who is this person to me? Do they align up with my purpose, my journey, and will they help me flourish? And could I do the same? That's standards, not necessarily height. That's a preference, right? That is absolutely a preference. As David with Goliath, okay? Whole lot of people wish they was connected to David and wasn't his enemy at that time, and belittled him when he knocked Goliath out. For those that know the story, if you don't know it, just Google it, David and Goliath. If you're not a Christian, that's not the point here. The point is, you can think somebody look a certain way and they got it, they holding it down, they got it going on, they undefeated, they're the top of the pick of the litter. And for the longest, Goliath was. And then God raised up David, which is a small man in stature, and he did his thing. It's a whole lot of short men that when women see that woman on their arm and she being taken care of, they're like, oh man, I missed that opportunity. So you don't want something as, and listen, I'm 5'2", so just about everybody's taller than me. So you probably, for those that know that life focus, it's easy for you to say everybody's taller than you. I was adverse to height once upon a time as well. My first boyfriend was like 6'7", right? My first boyfriend was like 5'9" or so. And we lasted a couple months, and then I ended up getting one of the star players down the street in my high school, and he was 6'7". After that, it was challenging for me to date somebody short, which I'm short, 5'2", right? So I had to recondition my mind and talk myself through it and go back to the core and integrity of who that person is. So we wrapping up, guys. I answered the question, why am I still single? It is by choice, because the person I've met so far and been meeting hasn't necessarily matched my energy, my integrity, my character. And as soon as I'm able to release, when that happens, I will release it to you. But that is my choice. My choice. I'm not going to allow myself to get a relationship bondage for the sake of saying I'm in a relationship, for the sake of saying I'm having regular, intimate fellowship and heated fellowship, for the sake of being able to have somebody in my arms or get a ring or have the big party / wedding. But it's going to be a conscious choice that this person is who I want to be with for the rest of my life. And I want the same for you. Don't just jump in a relationship because you need a +1 and the holidays are coming, right? Because that can take years for you to get detached from. It can take even longer if you get married and you have children. You look up and go, how did this happen? I didn't even want to be with this person, but they were around so often. They just kept coming into space, and before you know it, they came to this family event and that family event. Then it just felt right that the next thing's supposed to be marriage or engagement. So we was engaged 2 years, and before the thing, I've heard that conversation several times. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be in relationship bondage because of what had happened. You don't make a conscious choice to get the love you want. Listen, guys, this is Focus from the Focus of Love. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Tiff, for being here. And for those that are watching on the replay, please drop your comments down below. Why are you single? And I'm not asking that from a point of judgment. I want you to answer that for yourself and get clear. Am I single because I'm combative? Because I'm scared? I don't want to get hurt? Or am I single because I am enjoying being single and free and I'm loving it? And I'm going to patiently wait for myself to make a quality choice for myself and that other person. Listen, guys, we can continue to evolve so you can be the soulmate to your soulmate. This is Focus from the Focus of Love. You got the link right there. Click the link, purchase the book. Let me know you got it. Would love to hear on your review. There's several reviews of my book on there. There's several testimonies of what they got out of it. Read the reviews and refresh your mind and your spirit on how to get the love. What is the focus of love? All right, guys, have a fantastic night. Thank you. Watch the replay for those that just dropped on. Gotta go. Gonna go spend some time with my honey pot. Simone made an amazing dinner. She did a dupe. I think they call it a dupe of Raising Cane's. She made, I'll drop it in here in the short on so y'all can see her platter that she made. It was delicious. It's the chicken fingers. She made their bread. She did it in a real pan and she made her own sauce, the cane sauce. To die for. So I'll show you guys. I'll drop that in a few minutes. All right, everybody. Till next Wednesday, let me know the topics that you would like us to talk about. And I already saw in my other message on Facebook that a few people wanted me to expound on soft skills, right? How to stay in your femininity. So that's probably what Wednesday's going to be. But you vote. Let me know. Drop it in the comments. Bye, everyone. Thanks for your time. Bye. Thanks, Brenda, for being here. Tiffany. Bye.